One Piece Odyssey did not stand a chance. Before the game even came out, everyone dismissed it. They ruined it by going turn-based. Whoever thought One Piece in turn-based should be fired. Turn-based fighting is really just boring. One of the biggest childish tantrums I've ever seen this community go through. The same community, by the way, that complains that every anime game is an arena fighter. I remember having a very positive review of this game back then, and I actually just got done playing through the whole game again, as well as the DLC, and getting the Platinum Trophy, which means this is the perfect time to revisit One Piece Odyssey, because even though I think this game was hated on for the stupidest reasons ever, my original review may have been a bit too positive. I've been reviewing anime games for over 10 years as a YouTuber, but now I'm trying to become a verified reviewer on Metacritic, and for that, I need some good old-fashioned written reviews. This is my journey reviewing 50 games in 50 weeks, or until Metacritic accepts me. None of these are rushed. I'm only writing reviews on games that I've already finished in the past and previously reviewed, so let's start there on my One Piece Odyssey review from 2023. Character Lim touches the entire crew, taking away the memories of their powers. So they simply don't remember how to use everything they've learned so far.
Yay! Amnesia plot! I actually like this story a lot. It has a weird turn in the end, which I won't talk about, obviously. But the world building of the original island of Walford is actually a very good point that I think should be mentioned in the review.
They must visit their own memories using Lim's mysterious power. They have to relive some of their adventures and get their full strength back. So you'll visit Alabasta, Water 7, Marineford, and Dressrosa. But you won't be
But of course, not the whole story takes place in the original island. We have to go through Memory Town and revisit some iconic locations of the One Piece crew. Was that necessary to tell the story? Not really, but I guess a One Piece game sells better if it has Crocodile, the Marine Admirals, Doflamingo, and I guess that was a good excuse to just have them all in game, right? I don't want to paint this as a problem, by the way. I do like revisiting some of those memories, especially since like some things have changed, but there are a few that kind of drag on. Specifically, Alabasta and Dressrosa, I think are way too long.
The Walford Island has so many elements that One Piece fans are going to love that even without the game portion of it, this is a story worth experiencing if you're a One Piece fan. That said, this is a video game, and it wouldn't be One Piece without combat.
Let's talk about turn-based combat,
One
baby.
Piece Odyssey uses a turn-based battle
Yeah.
system with a very unique
Everyone
twist.
hates this, apparently.
So melee attacks can only be aimed at enemies in your own area. But as you'd expect, some characters have access to ranged attacks, so they can assist crewmates in a different area.
I think the combat system is really cool. It feels like it's a step away from being something great. Like a step away from actually influencing other RPGs to kind of do the same. It almost feels, I don't want to say unfinished because that's not it, but it's like the start of a good idea, you know? If you haven't played it, I think you need to be explained what this is, but for my final review, I think it's more important to write down how I feel about the combat as a whole, rather than explain all of its mechanics, you know? At the end of the day, if you're reading a review from me, it's probably because you trust my opinion on these games. And the video review is still gonna go into detail on what it all does. But when you're reading a written review, you want things to be small. You want it to be short and summarized. So I guess I'll need to note down feelings on combat.
The only complaint I would have regarding combat would be in its difficulty. Most fights are very easy. It takes a while for it to get a place where they feel challenging at all, and then the difficulty kind of stops ramping up. There was
Bro, that's kind of all of my feelings on this game. It's, one, way too easy, but also the enemy designs are really cool. The animations are really cool. The attack animations from the Straw Hats are really cool as well. What am I gonna say for the rest of this review? This is another 10 minutes here. I think I kind of summarized it all already. Okay, so we gotta talk about design and animations. What's a faster way of saying that? Style. We gotta talk about the style. Now we gotta talk about the difficulty. Because this game does not trust its players to know how to press buttons.
You'll cross the desert until you reach an oasis, only for the quest to tell you to go back to where you came from.
No, fuck, it sucks. It sucks so much. Ugh, and it's like not even a problem throughout the whole game. It's Alabasta specifically. It's the second time I bring it up. I gotta talk about this pace.
But after you're done, they even give you a little town to explore and do
Marineford is sick.
Which I haven't done yet because I haven't found the item I need to repair this bridge.
It's right behind you, bro. Years later, I found it. Verdict!
With all that said, it's time to score this game.
It's time to score this game. What did I do?
From F, which is bad, all the way up to A, which is very good. And this is my score for One Piece Odyssey.
Oh, what was it? What was it? Okay. Okay. Now, for Metacritic, we need to do numbers. We can't do letters. And a B can be a 7, a B can be an 8. We'll see if it keeps the same review score. Let's play it. Let me see if I can sell you on why I think this island is cool and why I kind of like this game's story. This is the island of Wofford. We kind of landed here after being hit by a storm, and we kind of spend the whole story figuring out what the hell that storm is, as well as meet two really cool characters, Lim and Audio. Now, Lim has a mysterious power where she, like, touches us and extracts memories from us, and that's why we gotta go into the memory worlds of Alabasta, Dressrosa, etc. to recover our powers. She was kind of being defensive, you know? She's like, oh, pirates are bad, so let me take these guys' powers before they do anything. As for Audio, this is the cutscene where he is introduced to us. He's a mysterious man. We still don't know his name. And look at this guy. Just dual-wielding pistols. Y'all chill. I'm here to protect you guys. I know it doesn't look like it, but holy crap, aura. Holy. Look at this guy. Come on. So that's already kind of cool on its own, but then the island has these mysterious ruins, and I mean, not to spoil too much, but you do find out that the island used to be a sky island. It fell from the sky, and they used to research a lot of weather phenomena, and then you find out that there's an ancient weapon here. There's just an ancient weapon. And I feel like at the time, ancient weapons in One Piece were always these very scary monsters that you know existed. And you see the world government talk about them, and every pirate is hunting for ancient weapons. You know they're powerful, but you've never seen them in action. Well, you kind of see them in action in this game. It just makes you realize just why exactly everyone wants these things. And I'm not going to spoil anything further than that. That's it. You explore the island, you find out about the weapon, how to unlock it. You meet the characters that are guarding it, Lim and Audio, and it's just a cool story overall. This is a small hole. We got to use Chopper to go through the small hole. Yeah, big fade to black, fade back to the character. It's an RPG that definitely has pacing issues. One Piece would have a field day with this game, let me tell you. And this is part of the feeling why I feel like, I want you to go faster, game, and you just keep stopping for all these little things, you know? But yeah, story-wise, there's a bit of a heel turn that I wasn't a fan of right at the end of the game. It feels like they just wanted to have a big final boss and needed to find a reason to do it. Other than that, I love this story. I don't know if that's good enough to like sell you on how cool the story is. Obviously, I want to be careful to not spoil too much, but what I can show you is just some little annoyances that I think go along with that pacing issue that I just talked with Chopper. You see how I'm turning my camera after grappling this? I'm turning it as soon as possible. Look at the delay. It's not like the game takes control away from me. I could grapple this and I can move, just not the camera. And so it just takes a while for you to land, adjust the camera, and then you go. It just stops the game constantly to do very little things while exploring. Just doesn't flow very well at all, you know? Those are minor grievances with gameplay. Oh, here, for instance. I can cut this as Zoro, right? But to switch to Zoro, it's gonna fade back, play an animation, put your sword away. Yes, sir. And now I'm in control again. It just stops the action constantly. The Zoro one isn't too bad. Oh, you want to see fast travel? Wofford South. Let's go to Madame Julie's. Let's go there, right? So, obviously there's a loading screen here. That's fine. But then, I'm stuck. I have to wait for that little guy to do his whole animation. And now I can play again. Guess what? I'm inside a cave, and I need to slice the door to get out. I've sliced this door so many times, it just respawns, by the way. And yeah, I also need to switch to Chopper once again, just to move away from this fast travel point. It gets annoying. It's little things, but it gets annoying. The big things that are annoying with pacing is more of
an Alabasta issue. So, this is Lim. She's the character that took away our memories by touching us and extracting cubes. She's the one that can take us to the different memory worlds. I can go everywhere now because I already beat the game, but initially, you're just forced to go to Alabasta first, then Water 7, then Marineford, and then Dressrosa. Alabasta is actually where you unlock fast travel, but you don't unlock fast travel right away. It takes quite a bit of time, and the quests that you gotta do to unlock that fast travel had a lot of backtracking. So Alabasta is obviously a big desert, and so obviously they made a big desert, but guess what? Crossing this big desert is not a fun thing to do. Especially if you have to do it multiple times. This is just boring as hell. Are you entertained yet? Any meaningful thing to explore? There's this little thing. It had a chest and a little cube thing up there. That's it. The rest is just sand and a couple of enemies. That guy is cool as hell, though. That does take me into maybe the game's style and enemy design, because it's got so many cool designs. This is one of my favorites, honestly. It's not even just the enemy itself. It's the attack animations that they do. I will one-shot this guy, no problem. So I need to be very careful here. Let's just... Wait, how do I not kill him? Can I just not kill him? Would that be possible? I don't think I cannot kill him. I don't think we're going to see a cool attack animation from him. Unfortunately. Damn. Well, I got to see the design at least. The desert isn't just this, by the way. I'm not bitching about this little run that I just did. There's way more desert. There's like 3 areas of deserts, honestly. There's the desert near Nanohana, there's the Great Sandy Desert, there's... the cave is not a desert. The desert near Alubarna. There's so many deserts. It's weird. It feels weirdly padded on the first big chapter of the game, essentially. So it's like... It really becomes one of those games where you go, bro, if you just play for 15 hours, it gets good, I promise. Like, it starts so bad, and I'm not surprised that it lost so many people at the start of it. Then again, I think it lost a lot of people with the trailers before they even played it, so maybe the desert was not that big of a problem. But I don't want you leaving with the idea that Alabasta is all desert, because once you get to Alubarna, look at this palace, bro. They realized the city pretty damn well. I've never seen an Alubarna as well realized as it. It feels like a real place that you could visit. And we really take these things for granted, but if you're a One Piece fan and you've ever wanted to see this world from up close, I mean, this is a good game just to do that, honestly. That's the Mausoleum, where Luffy fights Croc. You can actually explore inside of it. There's a big story portion that happens inside of the Mausoleum. Look at this. This is insane. Oh, there's something there? Oh, yeah, sometimes your characters can see things that other characters cannot. In this case, Robin can see some archaeological things. It's not that important. Wait, there's another one. But let me take you to another area. Maybe Marineford. So we just touch the cube to go back to the strange place where Lim is. Then we wait through a loading screen. Then we talk to Lim to go to... Let's go Marineford. Yeah, let's go. And then it goes into this cutscene. I'm going to skip it. We've seen this. And it goes into another loading screen. And it just feels like there's a faster way we could do this. And you know, again, it sounds nitpicky, but there's a lot of these small things that kind of build up and make the game feel like... You're dragging me, you know? You're dragging me. I want to push you forward. Let me do it. The only problem I have with this place is that it doesn't have a fast travel because, you know, Marineford is basically a big battle arc. That's all you see is the big battle in the ice at the docks. But there's a whole town, bro. Look at this. There's a whole quaint town that kind of fits the vibe. Look at the dock where the battle took place in the background. I never even thought of Marineford as a place where people live. Until this game came out. That's so cool. This is the kind of stuff that, like, it will mean nothing to you if you're just an RPG fan. But if you're a One Piece fan, this is incredible. And now I'm gonna walk all the way back because there's no fast travel in Marineford. But yeah, those are my feelings on pace. It's not just Alabasta that drags. I think Dressrosa is also way too long, the final arc. But also all these little gameplay things. They are annoyances that just keep happening at every turn with this game. Enemy design is one of my favorite things in this game. Obviously, that's a Kung Fu Dudong.
Let's see if he does an attack animation. Oh, a banana gator? Wait, is it a banana gator? It's a melon gator! Dude, I love it! Look at him! Let's see if they do an attack animation. I'll just activate gear second, so no attacks. That's just a punch, bro. Oh, he didn't die. Nice. They're going for regular attacks. Come on. New enemies appeared. Nice. Oh my god. What a treat. What a treat of character designs. Look, the penguin with sunglasses and the Elvis hair. A big walrus. I love this place. This is my favorite fight ever. Let's go. All right, please don't kill the melon gator. Please don't kill the melon gator. Nice, nice, nice. Still alive. Charm breath. I'm supposed to be charmed from that. Slide slash. Whoo! A lot of these attack animations, many of you are never even going to see it because this game treats you like a baby. This game's difficulty is really nothing special until we get to the post-game content. So a lot of these enemies, unfortunately, they put a lot of work into these animations and yeah, you just won't see them. Part of what makes this game so easy is that you can just at any time swap battle crew and you can just swap characters. So you just always have type advantage and can always just, for instance, like put Usopp in a safe place where he's not getting attacked, and I built Usopp just to have attack and nothing else. Let me finish this with a big red hawk. In fast forward, which is how you'll usually watch this animation. It's gorgeous. It just is gorgeous. Bro, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's so cool. He's so cool. Oh, I love the enemy design in this game. Oh, it's so good. It is part of what makes this island awesome. Writing this review is going to be kind of a balancing act between explaining everything that I love about it, but at the same time, everything is undermined by very poor pacing and an overall lack of difficulty because, yes, things are too easy now because I'm over-leveled. But even when you're playing the game for the first time and you're level appropriate, you're not going to find any challenge in these fights. Not until you beat the game, at least. The DLC does have some cool challenges. I think they listened to feedback and made those fights hard. And if you beat the game, there's some post-game content that can be pretty challenging. In fact, I should check it out right now. But there are no difficulty options, so this ends up just being another anime game that has a lack of faith in their player base. Just thinks everyone that's going to play the One Piece game is a bunch of children, and they had to cater the difficulty to them and not give us, you know, anything to use our brains. I'm not saying every game needs to be hard, but make it challenging enough so we at least have to engage with the mechanics. Half the time, it just felt like I can spam this one attack to clear every encounter, regardless of what type of enemy I'm fighting against or what their weaknesses are. I'm not going to show you the DLC because there's no free roaming in the DLC. It's more combat focused for sure, but has a big lore dump on the ancient weapon, the island, Limb's backstory. Like, it expands the story nicely if you enjoy the story of the base game. I'll write the review on the website, so if you're really curious, you can go check it out. For now, let's check out this orange cube. This is the post-game content. This is Burgess, and the more you challenge Burgess, the stronger he gets. This is my third time challenging him, so he should be pretty strong here. Burgess is a power type, so we are going to start by swapping our team to counter him directly. Power types are going to lose mostly to technique types, so we're going to put Zoro in the front line. So as you can see, there's arrows on the power now because Zoro has type advantage against it. I'm also going to put Robin in the back line as well as Brook. Those are my three technique types. And for the last slot, we can keep Chopper for now. He is our healer, and we will most likely need some healing. First turn, I like to do New World with Brook because that is going to buff everyone's attack. So we're just going to deal more damage for 5 turns. That does mean we're going to have to tank something from Burgess, so we'll see how strong he actually is now. Okay, I can tank that. It is a shame that most bosses, they just resist the nut grab ability from Robin. Just don't get to use it as often as you want, so. We do this. I built Robin as a glass cannon. She's all in attack. And all in attack deals that much damage. So this feels kind of level appropriate now. And I am level capped, by the way. All these characters are level 99. So yeah, post-game, the challenge level is pretty good. Chopper does not need to attack right now, because no one needs healing, I guess. So we'll keep him there, and we'll just bring in Sanji, who's going to do a ranged attack. So we stay away from Burgess. All of his attacks are focused on Zoro, and we just deal damage from far away. Burgess does not have ranged attacks, I don't think, so all of his attacks are going to be on Zoro. We are going to have to move Brook to Burgess's area, so Zoro is going to take attacks alongside with Brook, because Brook does not have any ranged attacks at all. He has an all attack that might put him to sleep, but doesn't deal any damage. He's also missing TP, which is like technique points, and so to regenerate those, we need to just do a normal attack. By doing normal attack, you regenerate some TP, and that's how you unleash your abilities later on. I think it's time to bring back Chopper for a little bit of healing here. Now, I've built Chopper to just regenerate TP all the time, so even though I do big heals, I always have full TP. This character basically does not fight. You can build him to fight, but I built him to just be in the back healing and never run out of TP. Brook needs to build a little bit more TP, so just another normal attack. Decides to go for Zoro again, so we go for another Deathline song. Can you go for other attacks? You can. It's not very efficient. You may run out of TP if you go for more powerful stuff, but you know, that's part of the strategy here, is figuring out when to go for some really big stuff or when to hold back a little bit so you have TP for the rest of the battle and don't have to farm TP like I'm doing with Brook right now. Yeah, back to Chopper though. As you can see, I can swap as many times as I want without any limitation, without losing my turn. And yeah, that's part of what makes it so easy. I can just bring in my healer anytime I want, and he's in a safe place, attacking from the back. So is Robin. Robin will have to move in at some point, because Robin is going to run out of TP, so she's going to need to do some melee attacks to recover those. Which is a problem Usopp doesn't have, because his basic attack is also ranged, so it just stays away the whole time. We can also do this. Let's do this, to run out of TP with her. That's not Manos, that's Legos. Stomp, 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 stomp. It's her most damaging attack. As for you, I guess you heal everyone again. Cool. And if at any time I think, oh no, Robin is in trouble, I just swap her out for Sanji. Right? And just do that, and now Robin is outside on the left, and Sanji is on the inside. At any time I can just do that, as many times as I want. It just doesn't work if you've already played, so for instance, if I play with Robin now, she's wasted her turn, or spent her turn, I guess. You don't get to swap her out until she plays again. She also got stunned, so let's bring in Chopper to cure that. Anything else? Ultra Tiger Trap. Oh, Ashura Silver Mist. Bah. 3 Zoros. It's a ton of attack animations, bro. So many. And by the way, Chopper does so much more. You can build him to just be in Monster Point if you want to. It's kind of cool, but he's also my only healer, so I feel like I had to build him like this, you know? Let's do a little spank. Spankety spank. Bonk. We kind of took advantage of the fact that he was a melee-only enemy and that he did not have ranged attacks, and so we just like used the zones to our advantage. There are encounters against multiple enemies where you gotta manage the zones a lot better, or enemies that have ranged weapons or ranged attacks, and moving away from those enemies doesn't necessarily keep you safe. You know, there's depth to the combat, but it does feel like it's missing something to make it all click. You know, it's the start of a good idea, not something like Claire Obscure, which just took the whole genre by storm, you know? It's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge to cram this all into a written review, but I think I know what I want to write.
An incredible setting that will delight every One Piece fan with some cool ideas for turn-based combat, undermined by its low difficulty and pacing issues.
By the way, I also reviewed the DLC in case you want to read about it. I also finished that twice, actually. It's got 2 endings, so I needed to get them both for all the trophies. And that is 3 reviews done, only 47 to go, or until Metacritic accepts me. You can check all of these reviews out at globku.com and let me know which game you'd like me to tackle next in the comments down below. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Globku, and I'll see you next time. Bye!